welcome back to Life and Beauty with Sarah. Today I'm going to do a video about my skin in the winter and maybe your skin in the winter. Right now I'm currently in the middle of winter in New York, in Brooklyn. I live in Brooklyn and it's freezing right now. There's snow on the ground, it's slushy, it's icy, it's nasty. Because of all the snow, my skin is super dry. This probably happens to a lot of people, but I'm going to be real with you guys and say that I have very bad eczema. For those of you who don't know what eczema is, it's sort of a chronic skin condition. For me, it means that I have very sensitive, dry skin that's eczema prone. So that means if I try like a new lotion or don't put on lotion, my skin will get very dry and start to break out in these sort of like rashes. It's not cute. So I have to take certain precautions to make sure that my skin doesn't break out in these like nasty patches of like red angry bumps. And over the years, I've tried a bunch of different products. I've had a lot of different dermatologists that have prescribed different things to me, different types of lotion, different types of creams. Some of them have worked really well, some of them have not worked well at all. So as someone who has acute eczema, I'm going to give you a few of my tips as to what I do in the winter when my skin is super dry and the products that work for me. So one of my biggest secrets is this stuff, and this is just your regular run-of-the-mill Vaseline. This is just the Target generic brand, and it's like that 100% petroleum jelly stuff, and it's a little bit gross, I know. You know, there's nothing cute about Vaseline. It's oily, it's greasy, but like I said, these are my tips for those of you that have really dry skin. I'm not talking about like, oh, my hands feel, you know, they're not soft. I'm talking about my hands are so dry that they are breaking out into rashes and I need something now because my skin is peeling. That's the type of dry I'm talking about. I usually use this actually for either my hands. If I have a spot on my hands that is really bothering me, I just swipe a little bit on there, but actually I use it on my face. And I know a lot of you are probably like, what? You put Vaseline on your face? That's not good for you. I've read a lot of things about it saying that Vaseline clogs your pores and makes you break out, stuff like that. But even though I do have, like, you know, I do get breakouts once in a while on my face, like acne breakouts, I haven't really had a problem with Vaseline when I use it in the winter. And basically what I do is I get really dry right around here, like around my mouth area and like down here near my chin. And when it's really dry, no matter what kind of lotion I put on it, in like 20 minutes after I put on lotion, cream, anything, even like body lotion, body cream, body butter, any of that stuff, the dryness is going to come back, the peeling. And you can't wear makeup over peeling dry skin. You just can't. I mean, I've tried and it doesn't look good and you just can't do it. No, don't do it. So what I do with the Vaseline is I take the tiniest little swipe. I just literally run my finger over a tiny bit of Vaseline and just apply it to the areas that are cracking and peeling. And what that does is it immediately seals in whatever moisture is there. So usually I put on lotion first and then I put the Vaseline in places that, you know, it still doesn't look like anything has moisturized or helped the area. So I put a little bit of Vaseline, let that kind of sink in. It's gonna look greasy for a little bit, it's gonna look gross, but you do that, then put makeup on top of it. Sometimes I put BB cream on first and then I put the Vaseline and then I do like the powder and everything. You might not believe me, but it really works. I do that for my face when there's just areas that will not get moisturized, that just keep peeling, keep cracking, nothing will work, and I just put a swipe of Vaseline on it and it's like super cheap and it works. I mean, it works for me. Sometimes I get caught without any Vaseline. So I'll put on my makeup, everything will look fine, I'll go out for the day, you know, go to the bathroom in the middle of the day, and I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh my god, this whole, you know, one whole side of my face is just, you know, peeling, dry, nasty. And I'm like, what do I do? You know, I'm wearing makeup. I can't put cream over my makeups and I don't have Vaseline. I'm not gonna like carry this tub around me in my purse. It's huge. Or maybe like my hands will be super dry and I'll realize that I don't have any cream on me. So what I do when that happens is I put a little bit of lip balm on it. You can really use any lip balm that you have. I've literally used you know, everything from like sparkly lip balm to not colored lip balm. It has to not be colored. And I put a little bit of that on an area that is peeling, or I just put it on my hands. Like I used to have this I think it was Neutrogena lip balm that comes in the tube, and I would just like apply it onto my hands and my knuckles when it was really dry. And that stuff works miracles because, you know, it's meant to moisturize and it's very highly concentrated, because usually the stuff, if you buy good lip balm, has like shea butter and all that good stuff. My personal favorite lip balm is the Smith's Minted Rose Lip Balm. It's like the Salve, I think it's called. I love this stuff. I don't necessarily carry it around with me because New York is really dirty, and this lip balm you have to apply with your finger, and I'm not going to do that like on the subway and stuff because my hands are dirty, and so I don't want like germs to get in it. So this I mostly just keep at home. Honestly, just a regular store-bought lip balm that you carry around with you, it works, you know, it works during the day, it'll save you. For those of you who have bad eczema like me, you know that the #1 important thing is prevention. So you don't ever really want to come to a point where you're gonna have to apply the tough stuff. And by tough stuff, I mean this stuff. This is, for those of you who have eczema, you probably know, this is like the steroid cream, the stuff that you get from your dermatologist, the stuff that you don't really want to apply because it's not good for your skin. It really weakens your skin barrier. I really try not to use this stuff. I only use it when I have an area that's really, really bad. No matter what I put on it, it doesn't get better. So I really try to work on prevention. And what that means is I have many, many steps to my moisturizing routine, and it's even more heavy duty in the winter. So for those of you that are suffering from winter dryness, I'm going to tell you my secrets. One of my biggest secrets is the brand Eucerin. Eucerin really is one of the only brands that works really well for me. Maybe some of your dermatologists have recommended Cetaphil, or there's another one, I can't remember what it is. I think it starts with an L. I've tried those, they don't work for me, especially Cetaphil. Cetaphil does nothing for me. If anything, it actually irritates my skin. It makes it feel 7,000 times worse. I don't like it. And as you know, you should stay away from things that have fragrance because those will likely irritate your skin. The only time I use fragrance body lotions or body creams is when my skin, I can tell, is feeling strong and healthy and I can put it on without anything happening. But if my skin is feeling hypersensitive and just really angry because of the dryness and the weather, I don't apply anything with fragrance. I don't apply that Cetaphil crap. Sorry if it works for you, but it doesn't work for me. Eucerin is the brand that, you know, this isn't sponsored or anything, but honestly, all the things that I have that are Eucerin really, really work for me. And this is the jar of magic. I'm going to tell you right now, this is not for the faint of heart. I warned you. So if you go out and buy this, Eucerin isn't cheap. So if you go out and buy this and you say, oh my God, what did you recommend to me? This stuff is crazy. I'm telling you right now, I told you so. It is not like, oh, I'm going to put a little bit of lotion on, you know, before bed. No. You can even see on the bottom here, there's a sort of scale from lightweight to rich, and they've circled the richest one. This stuff is really, really intense. It's called the Eucerin Original Healing Soothing Repair Cream with rich emollients. This stuff is super thick. It's even thicker than the thickest cream you can imagine. This is the stuff where you scoop out some, like you literally have to like scoop it out, and you like really gotta like work it in your hands and then you apply. And you don't just like, oh, I'm gonna put some on. You gotta like really work it into your, I use it for my legs because my legs are really dry because, you know, I shave them and stuff. So you really have to work the stuff in. It takes some time, it takes some elbow grease, and then once you're done, it's not going to absorb right away. I'm telling you right now, it really is not. It's not fast absorbing. You put that stuff on and you're going to feel it. It's going to be greasy. Don't put it on before bed, like right before bed, because you're going to feel it in your sheets. It's not nice. So put it on like after your shower, maybe like 30 minutes before bed. You wake up in the morning, and even in the hot, dry winter with your heater on and everything, your skin is going to be okay. Your skin is going to be fine in the morning. I put on a lot of creams where you put it on and it feels great, and then 20 minutes later, your skin is itchy and dry and cracking again. So with this stuff, it's not going to happen. But remember, I warned you that it's not easy to put on, it doesn't get absorbed quickly, it's none of those things. It's really, really intense. It's expensive, but because you only need a little bit to make a big difference, it'll last a really long time, and it's worth the investment if you need as much help as I do. Now, for times when I don't have time to sit around and wait for the Eucerin healing repair cream to get absorbed, which takes some time, I turn to this stuff. And this is the Aveeno Skin Relief 24-Hour Moisturizing Lotion. And this stuff is really great because just like the Eucerin, it doesn't have fragrances in it, it doesn't have anything that irritates my skin, but it's also a lotion. So instead of being a really tough cream, it's a lotion, which means, you know, it has this really handy pump function. You guys know how much I love pump functions because they're so easy. So this is the type of stuff I'm going to put on before I am going somewhere, before I get dressed in the morning or something like that. This is the stuff I'm going to use because it's fast, it's easy to put on, doesn't irritate my skin, and it works. You know, it works for a decent amount of time. It's going to work for like the day, but then you're gonna need something at night. Now, to be honest, guys, when it comes to like showering, I take really hot showers. I know I shouldn't, and I know it's terrible, but I can't help it. It's my one way to relax at the end of the day, and it's just not something I'm gonna change. So I try to use products in the shower that aren't gonna irritate my skin and actually help moisturize it. I haven't yet found a soap or body wash that works really, really well. What I do use is after the shower, I use this Palmer's Cocoa Butter Formula Moisturizing Body Oil, and it has soybean, sesame, and safflower oils, and I use this after I shower while I'm still wet. I take a bit of this in my palm and just rub it all over my skin, wait a couple of seconds, and then like dry off, and this really seems to help. It's not amazingly moisturizing, but it does, I think, create this like extra barrier of moisture with the shower oil. So guys, the last thing that I want to share with you is diet. So I know that for people with eczema, there's some trigger foods that some people eat that creates eczema flare-ups. I haven't actually found out what my trigger foods are because my diet varies so much. I just eat so many different things every day. But I have heard that one of the tricks is fish oil. I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but one of my dermatologists recommend that if I take fish oil every day, a lot of fish oil, I can't remember how many pills, but you take the vitamin every day, it's supposed to help your body create like more moisture in the skin barrier or something like that. I can't remember the exact things. I don't really take it because these pills are so big and they're really a struggle to take every day, and I'm really lazy. But check with your doctor. Alright guys, so those are all my tips for people who have eczema-prone skin and suffering from winter dryness. I hope you liked it. If you had any questions about any of the products that I talked about here, please ask me in the comment section below. I hope some of these things helped you, and I hope you stay nice and moisturized with smooth skin. I know I'm trying. It's just a matter of preventing, taking care of your body, taking care of your skin. Sometimes I feel like my skin is working against me because no matter what I do, sometimes it just flares up anyway and I have to go to the steroid cream and there's just no way around it. But you know, that's just life. You try as hard as you can, and if those things don't work, then you just have to resort to the tough stuff. And it's something that I have to live with, maybe you have to live with, but you know, it could be worse, right? So it's just all about trying different things, seeing what works for you, and making the best of it. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your winter. Stay warm, and spring is just right around the corner. Bye guys, have a great week.